Hey guys, so for 6-6, we're going to be talking about fraction exponents. So if I had b to the 1/2 being squared, I know that that's the same thing as writing it as b to the 1/2 times b to the 1/2. And for my exponent rules, I know that that means you add your exponents and I'll get a nice happy b to the first, which is just b, right? But hold on a second, I also know that if I have the square root of b, if you square that, the square root of b squared just cancels, which gives you b. Notice that's the same. What I can infer from that is that b to the 1/2 power is the same thing as the square root of b. So this is going to allow me to rewrite some things. You can kind of see the key concepts there. Write those down if you want. Let's just do some examples. Basically what happens is I can say, okay, x to the 1/2 is the same thing as the square root of x if I remember that the index is 2, if it's not written, and all things can have an exponent of 1. This is going to allow me to rewrite, well, anything. Check it out. Here I have 27 to the 2/3. The 3 moves around to the outside, and the 2 stays on top. So if I want to try some, write a to the 1/5 in radical form. That's going to become a. If I'm writing in radical form, I probably need a radical sign. The index is 5. It circles around with an exponent of 1, which I don't actually have to write, so I'll just leave it like that. Maybe I'll write that a little neater though. There we go. Okay, so let's try 1c. The 4 swings around so that it is the 4th root of d to the 7th. And by the way, it doesn't really matter. You can write that 7 inside or outside of the radical sign. Either way, it's going to mean the exact same thing. So to go the other way, this would be c to the 1/8 because there is no exponent written, so I know that it's 1. And this one would be c to the negative 5/3. Which again, I know I don't like negative exponents, so maybe I could rewrite this one as 1 over c to the 5/3. Fun stuff. So we can use this then to simplify fractions. Here's some written examples that we can follow along, I suppose. If I have 81 to the negative 1/4, I'm going to want to rewrite that so that the 1/4 is on the bottom, just like I did on that last example. And the reason that helps me is because I can simplify things down until it becomes, well, basically just 1/3, right? If I rewrite that so that it is 1 over the 4th root of 81, this 4 gives me a hint that maybe I should be looking for something to the 4th power. And if I realize that 3 to the 4th power gives me gives me that 81, so that now my 4th root raised to the 4th power cancels. 81 to the negative 1/4 power is actually just 1/3. Okay. Really, all we need to worry about is adding and subtracting and simplifying down. So as I look at 4a, I know that I can again add my exponents. So p to the 10/4. That fraction can reduce to be 5/2. As far as 4b is concerned, again, I don't want any negative exponents, so I'm going to change that into 1 over 4 to the 4/5. And I'm thinking if I multiply by r to the 1/5, that will make my bottom add so that it's r to the 1st. And on top it would just be r to the 1/5. And it looks like that would be my final answer. You can't cancel anything. because the exponents aren't the same. However, you don't have to write that 1. So that would be my final answer.